Welcome to the Dixie Doggers podcast. We're here to share knowledge and heritage. We hope y'all enjoy. Southern Cross. It's the best cut gear in the business. We run it on our dogs. Hit up Dave Williams at Southern Cross Cut Gear. Go to www.hogdoggear.com. If you're looking for Brahma and Brahma Cross cattle, Marc Rankin with the Rankin Ranch 38 Cattle Company, he specializes in them. He is the man for the job. He's based out of Oglethorpe County, Georgia, and you can contact him at 407-832-2077.
If you're buying or selling land, farms, or hunting property, these folks know land. Phil Wilson with UC Hunting Properties, 678-791-3483.
All right, everybody. Nate and Joey here. One more time, Dixie Doggers podcast.
Yes, indeed.
Living good, living large.
Mm-hmm.
Or just depends on what your definition of large is. As long as it ain't got about money, we're doing great. All right, man. We got a guest with us tonight. Actually, we got a couple of guests with us, but we've had Mr. Kevin Cowan on with us before. He's an old tree dog guy from way back around yonder, and he's got some pretty good cur dogs, but he's got some stuff up his sleeve he's been working on. So, Mr. Kevin, how you been doing, buddy?
Man, I'm just living the dream, just having a blast. I've been doing great. How about yourself?
Man, we're doing great.
Yeah.
Just, living life and getting to work and burning up. It's hot. That's about it.
Yes, sir. I understand that.
I
think since the last time I talked to you guys, I've actually pretty much retired, so I'm having a blast.
Oh, really? Well, I know. You was putting them dogs in the woods a good bit there.
Yes, sir.
So you got any new news or like right before you then decided to retire? Have you made any good accolades on your dogs?
Yeah, if you depends on your definition of good. I had we talked about my health issues before, so I don't want to get into that when we were on, but doing really, really good. And, I've lost 348 pounds and just doing great and enjoying life. And anyway, I don't know, you never know when things might go south again, not being negative, but I didn't want to take the time to train a bunch of dogs. So I've bought a bunch of dogs in the last year. Mm-hmm. Most people think I'm insane, but as long as my wife don't mind, it don't really matter to me what anybody else thinks about what I buy or don't buy. But,
there you go.
But I've got several world champion dogs here now and got some young upcoming dogs that's done really, really good and won a lot and got a team now, Buffalo River Curs. I think we've got 4 guys, Ashton being one of them, that's on the team and they handle my dogs and put them in the hunts, and we're running the USDC. We're still doing the same thing we were last time I was doing when I talked to you guys, OMCBA and things like that, but we're running those money hunts and I'm kind of I'll just say it, I'm a risk taker and I like to gamble. So instead of giving the money to them Indians over there in Oklahoma, I started gambling on these dogs and having a blast.
That's right. You stay out of them casinos.
Having a blast. Yeah. Well, I figured my odds was better with the dogs.
Yeah, I'm not very good at any kind of gambling except on maybe dogs, and that's about it myself. So, tell us a little bit about what you got going on with that. Like what we were talking about a while ago with you, Mr. Ashton. You want to introduce Ashton and let the world know what's going on?
Yeah, I'll bring him in. He knows a lot more about that because he's actually been tied in with Backwoods. Ashley Guthrie owned that, and I won't go into detail. He can, but he's friends with him and Greg Maynard and some of those guys at USDC and things, and been involved, you might say, at least a moderator of Backwoods Production for quite a while now, 2 or 3 years, I'd say, or longer. But Ashton and I met at the I'm going to tell you wrong. It was at the WTDA World Hunt this spring through a mutual friend and introduced us. And I had a dog that I was wanting to get in the hands of somebody that I thought was a sure enough a top-notch handler, and because I paid a lot of money for her, and these hunts are expensive to enter. So I wanted to get her in good hands, and my buddy introduced me to Ashton. We hit it off. We talk pretty much every day now, and we both enjoy talking dogs, so we talk a lot, and we just hit it off. And he's actually hunting a water dog for me right now, and some of those PKC hunts and pro sport and stuff. But does a great job. Truthfully, I've only been in the woods with a dog twice, but he's had him for a good long while now, and we just become good friends. He's a good young man, got a good head on his shoulders, and been hunting these dogs. I think he's 24, 25, he can tell you, but been hunting these dogs since he was knee high to a grasshopper, and was fortunate enough to get into with some guys that really knew their stuff, and I'd like to think they kind of took him under their wing, and he's just, for his age, he's just top. Well, he's top of the line for any age, but he's real impressive to be 24, 25-year-old and do what he does. And anyway, he and I got to talking here a while back, and truthfully, I like to watch this stuff on YouTube and listen, to podcasts like this and watch the videos. And I'd been watching a lot of videos on that on Backwoods Production, and we got to talking. He's like, I thought about buying that at one time, and then that was several months ago, and then I got to rolling it over my head, and I thought, well, why don't we do more than just think about it? So I hit him up, and he liked the idea, and he pretty much got everything done. But anyway, he knows way more about it than I do, guys. I ain't very excited talking about it because it's out of my wheelhouse. But his name's Ashton Hall. He's become one of my closest friends, honestly.
Good deal.
And I really appreciate him. So Ashton, just come on, buddy. We're ready to hear from you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, like Kevin said, my name's Ashton Hall, and I just like to say thanks to you guys for having us on and giving us the opportunity, spread the word about what we're doing, what we're trying to get accomplished with Backwoods Heritage, and I'd like to say thanks to Kevin giving me the chance, not just hunting dogs for him, but, with doing this too. I couldn't do nothing I'm doing right now without him as far as in the hunting dog world, so I definitely appreciate that.
Good deal.
But yeah, so Backwoods Heritage Productions, there was a guy, and I want to say his name's I know his name's John Johnson. I believe he's from Oklahoma. Well, years ago when CHKC was the big deal in coon hunting, him and maybe a couple of his friends, I know him, started up Backwoods Heritage Productions, and they did live coverage of some finals. They did a lot of YouTube videos of, big final cast hunting for big money, and people were excited about that. And they brought a lot of good coverage to the tree dog world. Well, I'm not exactly sure when, but at some point in time, John Johnson sells Backwoods Heritage to Ashley Guthrie. And Ashley's been a big name in the tree dog world for a long time. A lot of people know Ashley. He's a good guy. And me and him kind of buddied up at some of these USDC squirrel hunts. And I would be behind the camera and commentate for a lot of those finals in USDC squirrel hunts. I've done it with Pro Sport and several of their Final Fours of their truck hunts and stuff like that. And that's kind of how I got into it, kind of through Ashley. Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. That's pretty cool. I mean, I think anything like that is and it doesn't necessarily have to be somebody who coon hunts for it to be interesting too. Like I said, a lot of our audience, they hog hunt with dogs, and there's a lot of them that run deer dogs, rabbit dogs, everything. But I mean, if you're a dog guy or a dog woman, whatever, it doesn't matter what it is. If you can watch it, especially if it's something with competition, yeah, we're going to watch it. Yeah. It's right. Good. It's good to have.
I've seen it. Yeah. I've seen it a bunch of times where, I'll be behind the camera in the finals of a big squirrel hunt or something, where we're hunting for $20,000 or $30,000 or something. And, I'll be reading the comments because, Facebook Live, you can see what people are commenting, and someone will say, man, what the heck are these guys doing? And 20 or 30 minutes later, you'll see the same guy. Man, this is pretty cool. I ain't never seen dogs like this before. This is pretty cool. So you can definitely, I think as a whole, it helps the whole hound hunting, cur hunting, whatever you do. I think it helps the whole sport. Yeah.
Without a doubt. And I mean, like the coon hunting world, the competition side of it has really, really changed so much since I was a kid. I mean, Now, my uncles and great uncles and all them, they all had competition coon dogs, and a lot of them hunted, but it was still not at the level it's at today that I could see. You know, you got these truck hunts and things like that. There's so many opportunities that you can do this professionally now. You know, I mean, and actually make money doing it. You just got to have the dog and you got to have the handler.
We'll be back after a quick break.
A quick thanks to supporters of the Dixie Doggers podcast: Southern Cross Cut Gear, UC Hunting Properties, Rankin Ranch 38 Cattle Company, Animal Housing Solutions, Boars N Broads, Ada Y Transport, Crockett Taxidermy and Processing.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's like we were talking about this earlier. This coming weekend, I'll be hunting in a pro sport truck hunt in Michigan, and then if I don't end up making the final four, I'm gonna go live up there, and we're gonna record that final.
Gotcha.
So hopefully, anybody who's on here listening, be watching, tune in. Backwoods Heritage Productions on Saturday. We're gonna be live final four pro sport truck hunt in Michigan.
Now, what time will that be? Do you know? Because it'll be a different time. That'll be
that should be Eastern time up there, but it'll be anywhere from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock in the morning. Probably is when that late round will start, because they'll hunt they'll have an early round and a late round on Friday night. That'll make you'll have 16 cast winners from Friday. That'll go to Saturday. You have an early round on Saturday, and then that'll make your final four, and they'll hunt the late round on Saturday. So it's usually pretty late, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I got you. That's pretty cool there. Now, on those hunts like that, now what other than, you say a truck hunt, so they're giving you get to win a truck, but what other are there other cash prizes for, and how many places does it pay out on those?
So the one we're going to this weekend, a pro sport truck hunt, they'll pay. You'll get your entry fee back, which is $1,250. If you get in the top 16, you get your entry back. First place, obviously, going to win a brand new truck. Second place, we'll get $8,500. Third, we'll get $5,000, and fourth, we'll get $3,000. And then you'll have your cast winners that don't advance to the final four get their $1,250 back.
I got you. I mean, that's just pretty dead-gum good. It ain't bad. It ain't bad at all.
Yeah.
Now, is that what?
Yeah, it's pretty.
Go ahead.
No, you're good. You go ahead.
No, I was just asking, what's the biggest kind of purses that you've seen as far as prize money and stuff?
$100,000 first place. They just had one a couple weekends ago in Illinois. It was $100,000 for first place.
Man, that's a lot of money. Yep.
Ashton, what's the JPI payout? Sorry, Joey, I didn't mean to talk on top of you. But we hunt in it in the it's a squirrel dog, but it's just crazy amount. I don't remember.
The USDC has a hunt every year. The Joey Poston Norm Island Memorial, Joey Poston Invitational Norm Island Memorial, they have it every year, and it'll pay over $100,000 total. But first place could be anywhere from $40,000 to $60,000 in that in a squirrel hunt. That just the Calcutta alone down there, the Calcutta the night before the hunt is usually anywhere from $30,000 to $40,000, pretty easy.
Oh yeah, I like it Calcutta stuff.
Them Calcuttas are fun. Yeah,
that's the only kind of like we were talking about a while ago about gambling stuff. That's about the only kind of gambling I'll do is on dogs and Calcuttas, and it's and I enjoy it. It's fun.
Oh yeah, it is. We got to make sure we keep the rain. We got to keep the reins tight on Kevin and them Calcuttas.
Oh yeah, he likes to get out there. Huh?
We might have to reel him back every once in a while. He likes to play in them.
Yeah, too much. I spent $4,800 last March, and
it don't take long, does it?
No. Calcutta.
Yeah, I was thinking that. That Calcutta. When we have a hog bay, and it's Uncle Earl's field dog hog dog trials, and it's a big event. I mean, it's big, and that's the way that Calcutta will get. It'll get going crazy, and I mean, you'll have dogs out there that'll go for anywhere from $200 a piece to $2,000 a piece just on the Calcuttas. And it's crazy because there's just a couple of events in our stuff that pays out, a decent amount of money. Oh, that's the most payout, and it'll be, anywhere from $70,000 to $100,000 total payout.
Dang.
But I mean, for hog dogs and stuff, that's pretty dead good,
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You'll have some other events, like there'll be, $5,000 to $10,000 on first place wins. Then you'll have some of the smaller ones where you'll win, 2, 3, 4,000, somewhere in there. And those, honestly, I like all of them. To me, the competition is, you got a lot of the same people that show up, a lot of the same dogs. It's just a different setting. And man, a different setting can change the game so much. A different terrain,
Absolutely.
Geographical location. Is it the same way with the coon dogs and squirrel dogs?
Yeah, our deal is exactly the same.
Okay.
Where it's pretty much, like a big USDC hunt that they have 4 or 5 of them every year. They're called the Ground Floor Series.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Island, he's the president of the USDC, and he owns a Ground Floor Landscape. Well, he sponsors this little series, and it's 27 dogs, max entries, and the entries take about 5 minutes to sell out. And it's pretty well the same. We'll say you're going to see the same 30 to 35 guys at every single one of these hunts. Some of them, sometimes they may not be one of the 27 that got an entry, but you're going to see basically the same guys every weekend, the same dogs, but you're going to have a lot of different winners too. Normally there'll be a dog every year, about 1 or 2 that kind of rise to the top and get in the finals with a dog of the year race and stuff like that. But it's super competitive, and you're not wrong about that. The conditions and stuff can change a lot,
man,
as far as determining winners.
Well, ours is done in a bay pen. It's and they can be anywhere, all different sizes, man. They just fluctuate. Some of them can be like a small rodeo arena, and then the next one will be a pen that's in somebody's back 40, and there'll be trees in it and stuff. And man, it's just, we've got some competition dogs that they go to one place, and man, you can't hardly beat them. Like it don't matter. They do really good. And then you go to the one across the country, 10 hours away, and they'll do pretty good. They'll be all right. And it's just like, man, what happened? And I think a lot of times if we get there a couple of days ahead of time and the dogs can settle in, they do so much better. But if we like just get there, say that day, and we got to compete, man, sometimes it just falls apart. I was just curious if y'all ever had to deal with like jet lag, I guess what you'd say, like with a dog, from having to haul it and get set up and go compete. Have y'all ever had to deal with that?
I've seen that. I've seen some dogs that were that way, where, if you drive 8 or 9 hours to a hunt and try to hunt them that night,
yeah,
they may be a little sluggish, like you said, kind of like jet lag. And I've seen some that I think you could drive them all the way to
yes, sir.
Attica, and they ain't going to bother. They're going to be the same no matter what. Yeah. I've definitely seen that.
Yeah. These cur dogs, I've been for the hog hunting that we do. We use a Kimmer and mountain curs, and we've got some Catahoula and blackmouth curs as well. But I've noticed that it's a little different with those than it is versus like our bulldog crosses and stuff. Like those bulldogs and stuff, it don't matter what you do or where you go, they're just ready to do it. But some of the cur dogs and even some of the hounds, some of them are a little finicky, like you said. But we've also got 1 or 2 that I don't care where you went or what you did, that dog's going to hunt.
Right.
He's going to make it happen. So I was just curious on how much that relayed over into, on y'all's side of the competition thing. Like I said, we as houndsmen, all of us are divided in a way, like you got coon hunters and squirrel hunter or tree guys, and then you got running guys and all this. But I think more people are interested in other genres than they let on.
Right.
You get some of these people out here that are diehard deer doggers. Well, they'll call and ask me all kind of questions about, how you breed these dogs, how you do this and do that. And then I do the same thing. And I'm like, it's one of those things. I think so much of it goes hand in hand with no matter what you're doing, just common sense, basically, And I feel like we don't have to be divided that much. It doesn't have to be a big divide in it. We can all help each other and work together, and it's great to be interested in something that you're not doing yourself. That's like watching these videos and stuff. Guarantee you, all these hog doggers on here, they're going to get over there. They're going to go flip on that, and they'll be watching y'all all the time now. Because it's something that they're not used to doing or used to seeing, but it's interesting, and it involves. We all have this. We all have that one constant, the dogs.
Right.
You know,
to kind of piggyback off of what you and Ashton was talking about as far as like the hauling and the terrain and stuff.
Yes, sir.
I feel like in Ashton, even though he's a lot younger than me, he's been in a lot bigger hunts more for a longer period of time than me, because I was that backwoods boy that just hunted the little hunts until the last year or so.
Yes, sir.
But I think instead of, yes, you do have dogs that get jet lag. Yes, you probably do have squirrel dogs that do better in certain terrain and different things. But I think one thing that affects squirrel dogs, and I don't know how it is with hog dogs, it's very interesting. I'm kind of spooked to go hog hunting too much, because my friends around here hunt them with knives and they don't carry a gun, and this fat boy is not doing that. That's crazy to me.
That's the way we do it.
But you guys are nuts. But I really have fun watching it. I just ain't gonna be a part of it. I move too slow to not have a big high-powered rifle with me.
Yes, sir.
But I think that, and it may be that way with hog dogs as well, I think that what really affects most squirrel dogs that I see is the weather more.
Really?
Or maybe the lack of squirrels, or having lots of squirrels or not, is what you'll find is some dogs in these squirrel competitions, they're sure enough squirrel dogs. They're not going to be what we call making wood. I don't know if you probably know what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir, I do.
You're a cur dog man. They'll make wood. They're going to have a squirrel, or you're not going to hear anything out of them. And you got other dogs that they're just tree monsters, is what I call them. And I hate tree monsters. But what I really like, now if I've got my shotgun and just want to go kill a mess of squirrels, I want a squirrel dog, right?
That's right.
And I'm pretty fond of squirrel dog, period, even in the comp hunts. But what really, really turns, makes my motor crank is when you got a dog that's smart enough to know that squirrels ain't moving. So maybe they'll deal with the, tree, the cold squirrels that probably going to be in a den, or maybe they're in the next county by now.
Yeah.
But they're going to get you on the card instead of like a dog that I have named Stormy, that she's going to beat your brains out if you got her in squirrels, and she's just going to run all over the country looking for a squirrel, and you're not going to hear nothing from her. And you're going to get your brains beat out by circle trees, which we talked about that the last cast.
That's right.
Without a squirrel there, you don't get punished, and don't really get rewarded unless it's a tiebreaker. But you can win these hunts on circle trees. So I think that that's the biggest factor. Ashton probably has something to say about that as well, but I think that's the biggest factor, more so than the terrain, is the weather. Like, he's going to be hunting Bad Biddy, which just turned 2 years old, and she's in several finals of big hunts. She's a side-by-side hunt. She's been in the finals of some world hunt, 2 reserve before she was 2 years old, world titles, but that heifer, but she's going to tree squirrels, but she's also she's action packed, and she's going to keep you in the game no matter if you're in a monsoon, a flood, a desert. It's 10 degrees or it's 80 degrees. She's just always going to keep you in the game. But a lot of dogs ain't like that. So I think that affects, and I might be going out on another limb. It interested me whenever y'all were talking about the terrain, to where, and squirrel dogs, to me, it's the weather, the conditions, or the lots of squirrels or not squirrels that seems to affect my dog, which one's going to do the best, more so than the terrain. What do you think, Ashton?
No, I agree. I agree 100% with what Kevin's saying. The number one thing that affects the squirrel hunt to me is weather, and whether or not there's squirrels, because there's places you may go to a place that's a squirrel zoo and they're running over top of each other. And that dog at trees only squirrels and won't make no trees is going to, they're going to beat on you pretty good. But then you may go where there's no squirrels and you may not treat a squirrel in 90 minutes and that dog going to make all them trees is going to beat you. So definitely weather, a bunch of frost and it's real cold. Them squirrels are denned up and they ain't moving. So that dog that makes a lot of trees has a better chance of beating you. I not everybody agrees with me. I like a dog to be treed in a squirrel hunt every 5 minutes, right or wrong. The dog that makes trees gives you a chance to win no matter what day. And that's just my opinion. Not everybody agrees with that, but that's what I like. I like one that maybe not a wood monster. They're looking for a squirrel, but I don't want them to be no longer than 5 or 6 minutes on the ground. I want them treated somewhere.
Okay, and it makes. I mean, from the competition side of things, like I said, it makes a 1,000,000%. It makes great sense. When I first started looking into any of it or following any of it, I was like, man, that don't make any sense. I was like, why would you want a dog that's not going to have a squirrel every time? Well, like we just got through saying, this is a competition deal, and it's not that it's not a squirrel dog. It doesn't mean that it won't tree squirrels, but like you said, it means that you'll get treed, and getting treed, that's the key to winning a hunt that deals with tree and game.
That's right.
Yeah.
You got to get treed enough. I didn't know anything about all the circle points or none of that. Man, it just blew my mind. And then once after I paid attention, I talked to a few different people, it put it into perspective. And what you were just saying, putting it even puts it into even more perspective because, like from the weather side of things, even if there are a lot of squirrels there, and I got to really, so some of our other listeners that don't squirrel hunt, maybe they can understand. I'm going to try to put it out there for just country boy terms. say I got my old dog Foxy out here, OMCBA dog. She is a cold-nosed squirrel dog. She is a squirrel dog. Now, she's probably going to spend that 90 minutes finding that one squirrel that morning. Like you said, it's frosty. Squirrels are denned up. She's going to just sit and work and work and work and work. Where, like you said a while ago, if you got you one that'll get treed, he'll go out there and tree several different times. Even though there might not be a squirrel that you can see, he's going to get some points and she's not. And so,
that's right.
I never looked at it like that. Now it just makes a lot more sense.
And a lot of times, you search the tree for 5 minutes so you can take a rock or a club. They'll let you use whatever you find in the woods. They used to let them bring baseball bats, but then guys got into it and they started going to beat each other's brains out.
That's crazy.
They seriously.
Oh, no, I believe you. I believe you.
They don't let us bring them anymore.
That's insane.
But the thing of it is, you get a dog that even if they are making wood, you got a 60-foot radius around that tree they're treed on to scare a squirrel out or get it to move. So it may have been one that's laid up in a den tree for a day or a half a day or whatever that dog did not smell, but they're getting treed. So it gives you a better opportunity. It keeps you in. Me and Ashton call it. They keep you in the game.
Yeah,
is what it is. Yeah. And so even if that dog didn't tree that squirrel, if it's in a 60-foot area, you beat on enough den trees, there's a chance you're going to run one out.
You're going to get one, yeah, and you can. Like I said, coming from somebody who just pleasure hunts, we do it all the time. We'll have a dog hooked on one and sitting there just knocking the top out of it, and there ain't nothing there. And then we get to pecking around, and it might be, 10 yards over. Sure enough, there comes something out,
That's right.
It happens, and I could definitely see where that would be a big plus in the competition.
Yeah, I used to say I just wanted a squirrel dog, period, just a squirrel dog until I got my brains beat out a few times.
Yeah.
And, I'm just thinking, God, I know that dog didn't tree that squirrel, but 15 yards over, 45 feet over, they yank on a vine or beat on enough den trees and scare it out. I just wish my dog, I don't want a tree monster. I hate tree monsters myself, but everybody's got their own preference, but I don't like. I want to walk to a good amount.
Explain to our listeners what a tree monster is to y'all. So,
well,
like I said, because some of them are going to know.
Right, yeah, and I'm bad just to throw them terms out there.
No,
But
it's fine.
see, a tree monster is a dog that's just, they love the tree and they're going to get treed whether they smell a squirrel or they don't. They're going to get hooked up and tree. And my problem with a tree, what I call a tree monster, is I get tired walking to empty trees all day long.
Yes, sir.
That's why I was saying earlier, it's really nice to hunt a dog that has enough sense to know, hey, squirrels are not moving today. And so spending the whole cat, because they're smart. I think they know they're in competition. I got dogs that hunt different when you take them to competition hunt. I really believe that. Some might think it's silly, but they're competitive. And if you put them with company and they just seem like they're competitive. But anyway, I like a dog that's smart enough to, it ain't happening, I need to make some trees. And I like that. Will they tree squirrels if the squirrels are down? Yes. But yet they're not going to, because the problem with a tree monster, and it's what I think Ashton was referring to a minute ago, is a tree monster. If you get in squirrels, a squirrel dog will be treeing squirrels. You get plus points. That supersedes circle points.
Yes,
Just a blank tree. So if you get into squirrels, a squirrel dog is going to wear that dog out that's just making trees, a tree monster, and they're going to have blank trees, and the other dog's going to have trees with squirrels in it.
yes.
What I like is a dog with enough sense to know that to be able to turn it off and on, kind of. That's what I like.
Yeah.
Now, they're probably rare. Ashton might have a different opinion because he's been around this USDC circuit and the more competitive and the money hunts more than I have. But to me, they're not real common. It seems like to me you got squirrel dogs and then you got your more tree happy dogs, but there is some that's in the middle. And man, that's kind of the ticket. Like the little, he's going to be hunting this fall. She'll tree a pile of squirrels, but you are not going to go 90 minutes without looking up a tree multiple times. And he always has a chance to win.
That
in my opinion.
One of the first squirrel dogs I hunted with after I was an adult, Jared McDonald, he had her. It was an OMCBA dog named Molly. And I think she would have been an absolute phenomenon in competition like you're talking about. Because now she was a good straight squirrel dog. But the one of the funniest things, and the reason I say that is if the squirrels wasn't moving, if you seen a squirrel nest up in a tree, you could literally look at that tree from count to 10 and Molly would go tree on it. And I'm talking about and we did it as a joke back and forth. There was times where she treed so hard that we literally it convinced us. It was like we were just messing around. You could make that dog tree just by looking at the tree for a few seconds. That's what, there were several guys, they tell us, "Boog, you need to have that son of a gun in competitions." And,
there's been a few times I would have loved to have my female, I call Stormy, look at a tree, get that heifer to tree. It had tickled me.
Well, I got one out there right now. It's Foxy. It's the daughter off of her. Foxy's she's got to be 8, 9 years old now. And she's like, it takes her a little bit longer. I probably have to look at it for 30, 45 seconds, but she'll tree on whichever tree I look at long enough. Yeah. But now.
She for sale?
Well, I'll be honest with you. She's one of them dogs. If she's in good enough shape to go to a competition, you could take her and hunt her all you wanted.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, because we have put a lot of squirrels on tailgate with that dog. And this was Jared's other dog. This was Boog's other dog. He gets them, he'll breed them and raise them. And when they get about finished out, he'll call me and say, "Hey, you want to get a dog?" So, I mean, all the training's done. They load, unload. They'll go hunt. They'll do whatever they need to do. And he'll say, "Hey, it's a real good deal for me."
I need a friend like that.
And one day he called me. He said, "Hey," he said, "I got one over here." He said, you want her?" I was like, "Yeah." And I piddled around, I guess, for 2 days. I called him. I said, "Hey, I'm going to come get that." I can't remember what dog it was. He said, I done got rid of that dog. I said, "Well, you told me." He said, "Look, if you want her, you're going to be serious about it, come get her right then." I said, "By God, I bet I don't let another one get by me."
That's right.
Especially, no, not when they're that caliber of a dog. And I mean, that's all. He don't deer hunt. He don't coon hunt. Well, I say don't coon hunt. Every now and then he'll take the cur dogs out and he'll tree some coons, but he squirrel hunts. That son of a gun will take off almost the entire squirrel season. And he's a meat hunter. I ain't never seen somebody knock so many shells out of a Remington 1100 or Beretta in my life. That son of a gun, he stays mad at him. But it's fun. It's fun. He's got
that's my kind of hunter.
Yeah, man. Shoot, y'all guys need to load up and come down here and go with him. Get the leaves off the trees. You can have some real good hunts on some of the places we've got.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
But those dogs, like you're talking about, they I think that's probably where they're at, though, Mr. Kevins. Like you're talking about, guys like Boog's got them, and you know, he don't even competition hunt with them. You know, the ones that could do what you need. Do you think they're rare like that, Ashton? To find dogs that'll
a dog that will really go out there and could potentially tree 5 or 6 squirrels in a 90-minute cast and turn right around 2 or 3 weeks later and it's 20 degrees and snowing and make 6 or 7 circle trees and win. I've seen very few.
They're rare.
Very few.
Really?
Very few. If you get one like that, please call me. Find one that'll do that. Call me, call Kevin, call somebody, call one of us. We'll come get it. They're very, very rare.
Yeah, that's good to know. It makes me feel a whole lot better about what I'm feeding here.
There's very few that can really truly do both.
I would think so too, because like I said, there's most old country boys that really meat hunt and they squirrel hunt, they want a straight squirrel dog. They want it to be there with the meat every time. Don't want to walk no slick trees, and it's kind of been a little bit in the middle for us the past few years or past 10 years. It's been one of those deals where it's like, okay, if it's not there, because we hunt so fast now. Used to we hunted slow and methodical. Now it's almost like we're in a competition every time we go. It's just wide open. And honestly, I don't know why we're not putting them in a competition, to be honest with you. We don't really have many around here that I know of. I'm sure we do, but I just don't know of them.
Right.
So we'll have to find some of them, and I'll have to meet y'all at one of them and bring her, let y'all look at it and see what y'all think about her.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So with these, with the USDC, what does that stand for? What's that?
Ultimate Squirrel Dog Club.
Ultimate Squirrel Dog Club. Because I know I've heard USDC, but I didn't know exactly what it meant. So that way I got all this stuff, the correct information down.
Yeah. USDC, that's what we're going to primarily focus on, because that's where you can go hunt for big money. That's where you can go hunt for a side-by-side, a four-wheeler, a brand new truck, $100,000 at the JPI. And almost every weekend we'll be hunting for at least 7,000 or 8,000 more along the lines of 10 or 15,000. But from October to the end of March, beginning of April, it's pretty wide open. You can hunt for some real good money just about any weekend.
Wow. I had no idea that squirrel hunts had even got to where they were of that caliber.
Squirrel hunts, I would say in the last 5 or 6 years have grew, an insane amount. I mean, they were big before and they were good before, and really, I'll tell you what got squirrel hunting to where it's at now is Greg Maynard, who owns Pro Sport now,
yes.
With a couple partners. Greg Maynard doing live videos all the time. He was doing them on Backwoods Heritage. He was doing them on the USDC page, and people seeing it and watching it and thinking it's cool, and that guy right there, he's my buddy, so I don't care to brag on him a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
He can promote and get exposure for the tree dog sport better than anybody I've ever seen. And he's the reason USDC is where it's at now.
I got you. I know I watch a lot of squirrel hunting videos all the time. Anything to do with it, I enjoy it. Honestly, I probably watch it more than I do any of the hog hunting and stuff like that. Because, don't get me wrong, I love the hog hunting videos and stuff, but that's what I do. So I do that all the time. I like to watch something a little different. And I don't get to squirrel hunt that much. as much as I would like. So, but that definitely got my little marble rolling around in my head now. I think about that dog. I'm like, man, it sounds like, because that's exactly what she does. I'm like, that'd be pretty cool to get her and at least take her and compete, you know.
Yeah, there's other good organizations you can hunt out of too. Kevin does a lot with the OMCBA, which is, Original Mountain Curs Breeders Association. He does a lot with them, goes to a lot of their hunts, and they're a good organization, put on a good hunt. NSD, which
she's registered through OMCBA.
Yeah,
so
they put on good little hunts.
And you said the NSDA?
Yeah, it's not NSD, which is National Sporting Dog. Jimmy Inman, he's a good friend of mine and Kevin's. He's a good guy. He owns and operates NSD, and they have some really, really good hunts. NSD operates a little bit more on the $30 entry, and they have really, really good tight dog of the year races and state races and tree and cur dog of the year races and stuff like breed races and stuff like that. And to some people that's awesome. They love it. You know what I mean? We like it too. It's just people get this I did want to say this after we talked about the USDC. People get this misconstrued that if you hunt USDC, well, you don't hunt NSD, or if you hunt NSD and you don't hunt USDC. It ain't like that. It's just we would prefer to go hunt for the big money, but I can promise you, if there ain't a big USDC hunt to go to and there's a big NSD hunt or OMCBA hunt, we'll be there. It don't matter to us. We like them all. We'll go to all of them. We don't care. We're not biased a bit. Mm-hmm. It's just we would rather hunt in those bigger entries to win more money. Just because,
sure.
But, yeah, that doesn't make one better than the other is what I'm getting at. No, we like them all.
I got you.
We do like them all, but I like the thrill of the hunt. But, man, you talk about a thrill when you cash that check. That is really fun. That just amplifies it. So, I like both. I like them all for the most part. But this USDC has definitely brought a new excitement to this guy as far as the competition hunt, and probably because I do like to gamble.
Yeah, I was going to say, it sounds like you like that gambling part right there.
I do.
That might be what I do, Mr. Kevin. I might just come, me and you just hang out, and we'll hit some Calcuttas, and we'll talk about it, and we'll let the young guys get out there and stomp the woods and run them dogs.
You ain't gonna get by with that, because I can promise you, if we get in and Kevin don't get in, he'll be out there with us beating and shaking on them trees. I promise.
Oh, he won't just sit back. He's putting you to work. My goodness.
I like to be right. I love it. I want to be in the middle of it. I can't help it. I made up with this stuff.
I wish I was that.
He'll play with you in them Calcuttas too, but I can promise you he'll be out there trying to find them squirrels for us also.
I tell you, I said that I wish I was like that. Nate, he's looking at me because I'm the same way. Like, I have to be right in the middle of it. And he's like, Dad, you
cannot resist it.
Yeah, he's like, Dad, you don't have to be out. It's like, I got to be. I have to be.
All right, well, let's get it.
Yeah, I'm like, y'all might have to slow down and wait on me here and there just a little bit, but like, I got to be there.
That's right.
That's what keeps me going.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
It's more fun if you can be out there and be involved in it. It's way more fun.
Oh yeah. We got into the Kimmer stuff pretty heavy the past few years. I really like the Kimmer dogs, as a whole. Mm-hmm. I've always been kind of biased on the OMCBA dogs myself. I really, really like the OMCBA stuff. But we went to a few of the KSBA hunts, and I like those. Like, I didn't hunt in them, but like my niece, she hunted. My buddies, they hunted. Their kids, they were real big on the kids. And I could see all the camaraderie there. And they do a coon hunt and a squirrel hunt as well. And man, I was like, I need to go to more of these, because I guess that's probably the only one that we've been to, ain't it, Nate? As far as any like the squirrel hunts, coon hunts.
Yeah,
I think that's the only one that we've been to. So we definitely need to load up and come out and support some of these other hunts. If nothing else, just come and hang out and check it out. Just come and see what it's all about.
Mm-hmm. At least once.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, absolutely.
Piggybacking off what Ashton said about me being in the middle of it, I want to be in the middle of it so much. I had actually made plans for a date weekend with my wife this weekend.
Mm.
And then Ashton, he's going to hunt in a truck hunt with Shot, which is I call it our dog. And because it's more his really than it is mine, even though I bought it. I've been in the woods with it twice, and he's been in the woods with it hundreds of times. So, but I just call it Ashton's dog. But anyway, I got excited about it earlier, and I was telling him, man, I've been telling him for like 3 days, man, I wish I could make that trip. God, that's a long ways, 12, 14 hours, whatever it is. Yeah. It's a long ways. And I want to be back for church and things like that, just telling him all that. Well, I got a wild hair today. I told him, I said, dude, I can't help myself. I'm going to book the room, and I'll see you up there Friday evening. So, and I'm so excited. I said, I'm thinking, well, if him and Greg both end up in the finals, I can be behind the camera, and I'm just getting all excited about being out there and being amongst it and everything. And then I'm so excited. I'm telling my wife probably 3 hours ago, so baby, I'm going, and she never cares what I do as far as hunting. She never complains about any of that. But I said, honey, I'm going to go, our Ashton's hunting Shot, which is a walker dog that the walker dog he hunts, and said he's going to hunt Shot in a truck hunt this weekend. And she said, are you going? And I'm like, yeah, I can't wait. And she's like, and I just instantly seen it's like you stuck a knife in a balloon. I seen the air deflate, and I still so dumb I wasn't catching on. And she just looked sad, and I'm like, I'm thinking, what's going on? She said, well, I guess I'll just try to get somebody else to go with me. You were supposed to, me and you, I done got all the tickets and everything for us to go to that big wrestling event this Saturday night, but I guess I'll just go by myself. I felt like a dog, man, but that's how much I love this stuff. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm going with you.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you get sidetracked on that. You had them blinders on. You was ready
I had
to go.
Reel myself back in.
Yeah. Hey, man, that stuff can get you. It can get you in a bind. Like, it can. You will.
I actually have to work on it, or I'll
get
things
crazy.
that should be proud. Yeah, I really will.
Yeah, I understand. I really.
And I'm just passionate,
Well, I mean, if there's some people that think they are, and then there's some people that are like yourself. It's like I've talked to people, and they're like, man, I live and breathe and eat this stuff. That's all I do. That's all I do. But they're always on vacation somewhere. They're at the beach or in the mountains or doing this or doing that. And they'll say, well, where y'all going on vacation? I plan on mine around hog hunting events. They're like,
right.
what? I was like, well, that's my vacation. Right. And they're like, well, what about this? I was like, well, but most of the time my anniversary, we're at an event somewhere. Or if it's a holiday of some kind, we've got some type of event we're at. If it's a birthday present, that's what I want for my birthday, And then I was like, that's all you do. It's your life.
Exactly.
It's your life. Yep. That's what you do. It's who you are.
Yep.
Exactly.
There's no doubt.
I love it. I think I've been able to hunt. I'd have to count it up, but I know it'd be somewhere between 12 and 16 states I've got to hunt in the last year with a squirrel dog. Or a coon dog, one or the other. I love it.
That's pretty cool.
Fortunate.
I hadn't got that many. I don't know how many I've got, honestly. I've got all of the Southeast and over to Texas, Oklahoma, as far as like hunting with my personal dogs. And we have made it up to Michigan and Ohio, but there's still quite a few other places I want to go, sooner or later.
Same here.
And it's like you said, just blessed to be able to go do any of it, period. And happy to do all of it,
Right. Yes, sir.
It's, and the thing about it is, you get people like us, and we're like-minded individuals, but we get a lot of us get so caught up in what we're looking at right in front of us that we don't see the bigger picture. There's going to come a time where it's going to get hard for us to do any of it, anywhere. With dogs, and they get where they make it harder every day. And so we all got to keep that in mind and remember that we're brethren, and we shouldn't be fighting with each other.
Oh, that's for sure. Hey, I got a question for you, Joey.
Mm-hmm.
Is Nate always this quiet?
Oh no, he's talking a lot right now.
Oh yeah. Hey, there's three people, so I'm trying to give everybody the chance. That's what Joey and I talk about. I was like, if I got something to say, I'll say it. But a lot of times it's just people talking back and forth, and I'm not trying to really interrupt, so I just let people get it out of the way. And a lot of times, like if there's something that really piques my interest, I might ask about it. But a lot of times the answers the questions get answered already, so I'm just doing a lot of listening.
I got you. So what you're saying, you're a better listener than the rest of us.
I don't know. I wouldn't say that, but I do a lot of it.
Yeah.
When we first started out, it was just me and him, and it kind of was like he would just, we would just talk back and forth a little bit, and of course I'm shy and don't say much, and,
Yeah.
it kind of just got out of, just kind of ran with it. And I don't know, there was quite a few episodes like he wasn't on at all. And people were like,
yeah,
where's Nate? Nate was like, well, no, I never say nothing. He's like, I don't need to be there. And they were like, oh, we want Nate there too. I'm like, well, okay. So he's here. I think there's only been, 2 episodes?
Yeah, 2 or 3. Or it's just like travel. I just couldn't.
This past couple of years that we've done.
Yeah.
Yeah, but usually he's sitting right here. He's the guy that gives me all the info.
Yeah, I try to be more the producer manager side of things.
Awesome.
When you need something pulled up, you say, "Hey Nate, pull that clip up."
That's right. There you go. That's it.
Yeah. Pull that clip up for.
He does a lot of that for me because, like, for a long time, well, I say for a long time, but for a while, I would know who was coming on, and we would talk and we'd discuss it, and I'd have some questions and all that, and then we got a lot better feedback on the ones that were just 100% natural, just conversation.
Yeah.
And now I didn't know you guys were coming on until an hour before you got on.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And that's the way it is every week, every time. Well, a couple of days a week. Every time we do them, I'll be like, who we doing tonight? Who we talking to tonight? He'll wait till about an hour beforehand. He'll let me know and we'll just go with it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Sounds like y'all make a good team. I know y'all been putting out a lot of good content. I try to keep up with your podcast, and y'all been putting out a lot of good content.
Thank you.
We've been trying to.
Yeah.
We've had some good guests on.
Yes, we have.
Well, that's what I see with a lot of podcasters is they set the world on fire, and they'll do good for a little while, and I really enjoy it. The next thing you know, they're gone.
Yep. And we stayed slow and steady for the first 2
Right. Yep.
2 years, 2.5, maybe.
Yeah, I think we've been doing it.
It's 4 years now.
A little over 4 years.
Yes, 4 years. But the first 2 years, the first year it was about once every 4 to 6 weeks we'd put out a little episode. And then it got to where we were getting a little feedback and people was like, hey, so we started doing it every month. Then it got to where it was maybe 2 a month here and there. Then it just kept on. It got to where the phone wouldn't quit ringing. The messages would. Nathan's phone's going off. Mine's going off. Friends that I had, family, they'd be like, "Hey, tell them to put out some more." And so we just started rolling with it, and we've had a good response.
Oh yeah, we've tried a bunch of things, and just trying to really figure out what works best for us. The 2 a week is pretty achievable for us at this point, and try to stick with it. If I can throw an extra episode in there, because some weeks just stuff doesn't line up and life happens, and it's like, okay, I'll just put out 3 next week instead of putting out 2 this week or something like that, or just everybody I contacted tried schedule couldn't work.
Yeah, that's tough.
Just, life plays a big factor in it, but we just try to stay consistent overall.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Like
now, I've only followed y'all on YouTube. Do y'all have any other channels you put this your stuff on, or is it mainly just use YouTube?
Spotify, Apple Podcast.
Awesome.
And then there's a couple smaller ones, I think, like iHeartRadio.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got on a lot of them now, getting to where it's getting bigger and bigger. Like we've had a couple of guests on from Australia.
Oh, wow.
I got a guy that contacted me, I think it was yesterday. I don't know if Nate's even seen it or not, but he's from the UK, and he's wanting to, get on and talk about some stuff. But like, there's a lot of different, I was surprised at how many countries that people are listening in, it's a lot. Now there might not be a huge amount of listeners, but like it's over 40 countries. And
Oh,
so,
wow.
yeah, man, I get people that'll message me from New South Wales, from I think probably our biggest is Australia and places like that. Where New Zealand, we had a lot in New Zealand, Japan.
Yeah, we had several from Japan. That's kind of the next people to check off the list.
Yeah, I want to get
some
somebody
Eastern
from
Europeans, some Japanese people.
And which we were talking about with Josh Neff, talking about getting Arnie on. He's from Germany or Lithuania, somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like,
I think he's from Germany, but hunts in Lithuania, and they're trying to get a couple of the Lithuanians on there. Just the biggest issue with those is just because you got to have a translator. Because a lot of those people speak English, but
it's rough.
It's rough.
It's hard. You can't understand that well. But no, I mean, like it takes guys like yourself, like you guys coming on here and being real and having a conversation with us for us to make this thing work. If we don't have good guests and if we don't have listeners, then I mean we ain't doing nothing.
Nope.
Right.
And we're blessed to have both.
For sure.
And we have several people that we have that are repeat guests. And the reason is they live an exciting life. They got new stuff coming up. Like you guys, y'all done got the Backwoods Heritage Production. Y'all got that. Y'all fixing to bust that wide open. That's bringing something new to dog hunting for everybody to enjoy. And it needs to be promoted, and that's why we're here. We want to try to promote it as much as we can. And people and their dogs, just all types of dog hunting in general. And we've had every genre on here the past 2 years. Anything from running rabbits to doing bite work with, protection dogs and all kinds of stuff. It's exciting.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. One thing we're doing, you said we could throw out whatever we wanted to, so I hope this is okay. But one thing Ashton and I, we've done a couple of times over the last 3 weeks, but we started a Facebook group called Backwoods Heritage Production Game Room.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're doing, I think we've done. Ashton can tell you better than I can because I done forgot what we've spun the wheel for. Ashton, you remember, bud?
Yeah,
I was going somewhere good with this and then just forgot.
The first one we done was a Garmin 300 handheld, a TT25 collar, a JC Coon Squaller, a Ringtails and Tall Tails competition hunting vest, and then a Ringtails and Tall Tails spill-proof water bowl. That was the first one we did. And then the second one we did was just a Garmin 300 handheld and a TT25 collar. So we've done 2 so far. Yeah.
Well, that's pretty.
And so the
good.
guy that won the first package spent $40 and won all that stuff. And then the guy that
close to
the other day, I think, spent $30. Yeah. So we've been doing that as well. So thought I'd throw that out there.
Oh yeah, definitely, because that's something that people that hunt love more than dogs is tracking systems, and especially if you can get them for $30 or $40. Let me tell you, man.
Right.
I don't care if you can have a brand new 300i in your pocket, and if somebody says, "Man, I got you one for $40," you're gonna get it.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Can't do without it.
That's right.
The last one we did, my buddy Zach Robinson's his name. He lives right here around me. I hunt with him quite a bit. He won it. And I think he had 2 spots, so he had like $60 in this thing.
Yeah.
And I called him. I said, "Hey, Bo, you won this raffle? Come on, dude. Don't never win nothing. Don't be messing with me." I said, "You won this raffle. I'm being dead serious." He didn't believe me. He had to get on there because I'll go live and show the wheel, the wheel of names on Google and stuff. And just that way everybody can see it and watch it. It's a little bit more interactive.
That's right.
And he was like, "Man, I really did win that. I don't never win nothing. I can't believe that." And I was like, "Yeah, man." Yeah, he's all pumped up about it.
No, that's a good.
Which I would have been too.
Yes, sir. I know I would. Ain't no doubt.
To get a $1,300 tracking system for $60, pretty good deal.
Yeah. So how often do y'all do that?
We're going to do one next week, right, Ashton, for that thermal? You can tell him about it because I don't even remember the model.
We're going to do next week, I think on Monday, we were going to try to do one about every week, but I think we're better off to take this week off because we're going to that truck hunt this weekend. I'm going to be posting a bunch of stuff about that. We're going to have that whole, 2-hour cast is going to be on there live. So we're holding off this week. I think we're going to post this one on Monday. And it's a AGM Seeker 15, which AGM makes. That's what I got. AGM Sidewinder is what I got.
Gotcha.
They're good. They're really good. People, everybody, coon hunters, squirrel hunters alike, they love thermals. Thermals, when they come out, they come hot and heavy. I wish I'd have been the one that invented the thermal monocular. I'd be a billionaire.
Man, and
I
rascals.
wish I'd have been the one that,
They got
that,
big fast.
Yeah, I think we're gonna definitely do the AGM Seeker 15 and maybe like another vest and some dog bowl squall or something like that. I know if I was to get him one, I kind of like it if there's a couple little odd and end things in there mixed in with the big prize,
Mm-hmm. We used to do a few here and there, and they always did better if we had several items. Like you said, a few odd ends.
Basically, we got hooked up with Philip, which he runs Ringtails and Tall Tails hunting supply.
Okay.
So it's kind of us doing these raffles is what they are. Us doing this, it's advantageous for both of us.
That's right.
We can make a little bit to kind of help us keep this thing going and maybe buy some equipment here and there and without really getting into our own pockets, And it's good advertisement for him, so it's advantageous for both of us.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. That and we just did something similar with with 777 out of Texas. They sell a product. It's a supplement, hydration, all these different things. We're gonna be promoting that, and we're gonna come out with some advertisement stuff. And they send us product and the biggest thing I liked about it, they were like, hey, we want you to test this and check it before you ever say anything, before we promote it a lot. And that, people don't realize how helpful that can be. You got just one or two people there, just working together. That can really, really boost morale, if nothing else, for both parties.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Absolutely.
like you said, you got social media out there. You share it back and forth. Those guys are putting stuff out saying, hey, here, do a drawing on this. And the whole time you're saying their name. That's all people hear,
right.
And man, it just works. It doesn't have to be a big ordeal. You can do it. It's very simple. And we've worked a lot of stuff off like that on our podcast. People need something. They'll send us a product. And in return, we'll do some advertising.
Yeah, absolutely.
Works out good.
Yeah, and me and Kevin's talked about that quite a bit. We're looking to get, to be able to use this platform with Backwoods Heritage because it's got a pretty good size following. Mm-hmm. And like we were saying, the videos get tons of views. So we're looking, we're going to dabble with that, doing some advertisement for some people and stuff and see if we can get some good deals worked out. I think it could be good for us and good for whoever we're advertising for,
Well, I mean, you said that had some of them videos had 2 million views?
One of them literally has 2 million nuts, but a lot of them have 400,000 or 500,000 to 200,000. Not all of them have 40 to 80,000.
That's what I'm saying, man.
I want to say
videos, it's a lot.
I want to say it was the final cast, which was a 2-dog final of the USDC Junior World Hunt. So it had been junior dogs at that time. They had to be less than 3 years old. Now they got to be less than 2, but at that time it was 3. And if I tried to tell you exactly who was in it, I'd be lying to you. But I know Greg's the one that did the video, and it's got 2 million views. It's pretty crazy.
That's wild.
I'm like, how did that happen?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Glad it did though.
Yeah, I am too, because I mean it's it's a positive thing. It brings in positive results, and the yield is positive. That lets people and I guarantee you, it's probably a lot of people that don't hunt that viewed it, but they seen it in a positive light because it's still on there.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't want it on there, I promise you, it won't be on there. Like they took our whole channel down. I had a channel for over 10 years, and it just said boom, 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 you're gone. And
Yeah,
I mean, that was it.
we had gotten one strike, and of all things, it wasn't for the hunting videos.
No.
It was for bay pen videos.
Mm-hmm.
And like zero contact, just literally the pig set up in the corner, because I made sure to keep it clean, like not showing any sort of nip in or any closeness.
No dog touching the animal.
And so just the dog barking at the pig. Made like highlight reels basically. And
that's what they got.
Woke up and it was like, your channel's been deleted. And I got 2 strikes in the middle of the night and they deleted it. And I had gotten one the week before.
And that was 10 years of videos.
And I was like, oh,
Man,
that's awesome.
And we didn't get to keep no videos. Like, they're all gone.
That's terrible.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, was it 10 or 12 years on them? I know it was 10.
Yeah, it was a bunch of the older videos.
Yeah, it was videos I had when Nathan was 10 years
school.
old.
Yeah,
I was 12 years old, just starting teenage years. And man, it just sucked because it was like, now keep in mind, we had a few videos on there that some GoPro videos, like, I don't see how they stayed up because you could see a lot that probably shouldn't even been on there.
It was old school YouTube.
Yeah,
for sure.
it was, this was 12 years ago YouTube for sure. And they never give us a strike on any of them. It was on the most lax videos you've ever seen. And it, like I said, if they don't want it, it won't be on there. So apparently whatever they're doing, whatever you got going on there is going good.
Yes.
And,
Well, Greg was really good, and I know Ashton was too when he would be behind the camera. I think one thing that made them so much views, they were really good about be sure and like this and share it, and they would just say that all throughout the hunt. And I guess a lot of people sharing it, and like you said, a lot of people seeing it that truly probably don't ever even hunt, and maybe just thought it was interesting. I guess
we look at our analytics, and a lot of times it'll be from non-followers and people that aren't even in our genre, and they'll view it, and all it takes is them just clicking on there and watching it for just a little while. I don't care if you like it or not, just watch it.
Oh, yeah. And the good
right,
thing,
yeah,
right. And the good thing with tree dog stuff, like it's super easy to make it tasteful.
Yes,
and like I don't care who you are, whether you like cur dogs or not, or hound dogs. If you see a coon dog up there on the wood or a squirrel dog up on the wood, you'll be like, the dog just looks like it just looks good. It just looks good. And it's just, I feel like the tree dog world is a super easy way to make a very impact on the overall hunting dog community and promote it to other people that aren't in the hunting dog world. Because it's, like I said, it's very easy to make it tasteful. It's very easy. Well, because hog hunting is rougher.
It's a rougher sport. Yeah, there's no doubt. And it's not a secret, like the way we do it, but it's also the way that it's shown in the public image. Like we have some guys that they don't care. Like they will put the roughest stuff up, and I mean stuff that should not be shown. And you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. I mean,
oh yeah.
It's like being a cattle farmer. Like you don't have to show every time a cow steps in a hole and breaks its leg, or it's got like this huge malformity, or a calf is sick and die. Like you don't have to show that, and some people don't get that. It's the same thing with hog hunters.
With the coon hunting and the squirrel hunting, their noses get bit, their ears and stuff like that. And of course, the guys that do this stuff, we want to see what a dog's doing, but to keep it, I think that's one of the biggest problems is a lot of guys that run dogs have is their ego, not just in the woods, but even on camera and putting their stuff out there. They're like, well, this is what's real. We understand that. And we also really don't need to show any of the negative sides of it, not trying to hide it. We're not trying to hide it, but we're not trying to promote it either.
Yeah.
Right.
If somebody wants to see the negatives, I don't even know if to say negative, but the
more misunderstood side of things.
Yeah. The misunderstood
on
stuff.
On a video, it's very easy just to misunderstand because when you present something that's rough or it's got blood in it or something like that, like people think like it's about that and not just the work. And it's like, whoa, that's not what we're trying to do. And now, like, there's bad eggs in every bunch, and some people are weirdos and they're into things for that reason. And like, doesn't make sense in my mind. That's not what I get a kick out of. And so you could really, like, you can explain these things in person, but you can get somebody there by showing something in a tasteful way.
And if they want to indulge any further or know more about it, then that's when you say, hey, that's when they got to go.
Yeah, exactly.
They got to go with us.
Yeah.
I tell people, they're like, well, man, does anything happen here? Like, well, come on, go with us.
Right. I'll get kind of to touch on what you were talking about. I'll get people ask me all the time that don't know anything about hunting with dogs. And they're like, man, what makes you want to go out there and hunt squirrels? I'm like, it's like 1% about squirrels and 99% about that dog.
Yes.
I could care less. I could care less if I never kill another squirrel or coon a day in my life. It would not bother me at all. But I'm going to go coon hunting and squirrel hunting every day and every night. It has nothing to do with the meat for me. Now, some people like to go kill game, and I'm not knocking that at all. But to me, it's all about that dog. It has nothing to do with the game. You know, I want to see a coon in my tree, and I want to see a squirrel in my tree, you know, every time. But it really, to me, has nothing to do with whatever animal you're hunting. For me, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It's all about watching that dog work and working on that dog and the satisfaction you get from training on a dog and seeing your, you know, long hours, you know, whether it's squirrel hunting in the daytime or coon hunting at night, and seeing that, you know, come to fruition. That's what it's all about for me.
Yes, I agree. There's I think I think a lot of people get lost in the numbers game.
Yeah. Now I like eating them.
Yeah.
I don't mind eating a good mess of squirrels or making something out of a coon or something, the same way with the hogs. But a lot of people, like, they just get focused on the numbers and they think that's where the value is at. And it's like, you're missing the point.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, exactly. You're missing the point. Because to me, and I'd say Kevin's probably the same way. I've seen tons of dogs that could go. Yeah, if you wanted to eat nothing but squirrels for the rest of your life, there's several dogs out there, I'm sure, that you can hunt and kill as many squirrels as you want to and eat squirrels until you got sick of eating. But that don't mean that dog can go win you some big hunts or win you some money. You know what I mean?
That's right.
So
that's absolutely right.
Yeah. For me, I'm not knocking the guy that does that. That's awesome for him. But that's just not what I'm personally into, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I like to train on a dog and watch it work. And probably the most satisfaction I get is if a dog's got an issue. You know, let's just say it's got a problem, whatever it is. Maybe it's covering dogs or whatever. When I break one the right way to where I fix that problem and I see it, you know, go out there in a cast and it don't cover no dogs and it does what I want it to do. That right there is the best for me.
Yeah. That's definitely a good feeling. I've been like that for a lot of years now. I tell people all the time, or used to, was bad about it. I drag home a bunch of culls, you know. I was like, well, let me take them, you know, because they wouldn't do something and I would work on them for a little while. And the next time we go hunt with those people, they're like, man, what happened? I was like, I just gave it a different opportunity. You know, I just did something a little different. It's all it was. The dog had it in it. It just wasn't pulled out, you know. And there's times where I've let somebody have a dog because I don't know if it was just me and the dog just didn't get along but good, or if maybe my ego was in the way and I wasn't realizing it. But the dog done better for somebody else. I think there comes a point in time where you've been doing it long enough, like you said, it doesn't have anything to do with the game that you're
for
running.
me it doesn't.
No.
Yeah, it's strictly about the dog for me. You know, if the idea was to go out there and tree the most pigeons in the middle of the city, and that's what we was competing for, who could tree the most pigeons, I'd be out there trying to make my dog tree the most pigeons. I wouldn't care about killing them. I just wanted to tree the most.
That's right. Yeah, I ain't no doubt. It just, like I said, I think
I would have thought y'all was crazy 2 years ago, but I've killed my favorite dog that I own now, and she's won a world hunt. I've killed one squirrel to her since I've owned her, and I've owned her since like February.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Early February.
Now, I'll kill squirrels and coons, you know, to a dog, but I think different dogs need different things. You know, some of them,
and that's her.
Every one day tree, and some of them
that's
don't.
Right. That's right.
You figure it out after you hunt them for a while. But what I was really getting at was, I guess the point I was trying to make: killing something is not why I hunt with hounds.
That's right.
Hurt them.
That's what
nothing
I
to do
meant.
with killing something. Yeah, that's what I was getting at.
Well,
I've killed a lot of squirrels in
Mhm.
the last several months, but to that particular dog, it don't help her to do that. It's weird, but
Mhm.
uh, anyway,
No, that's dog
about the
hunters get a
dog.
bad
I love this dog.
dog hunters just get a bad rap on that because they think it's it's all about killing all this animals and all this stuff, and that's not what most of us do. I mean, uh,
Right.
in a lot of states, even on the hog hunting side of things, you don't have to kill them. You legally you can keep them, take them to your house, put them in a pen, feed them out, process them, do whatever. And in those places that we hunt there, generally, if it's a good hog like that, we'll take them time. And there's a lot of places you castrate them and put them back out, and leave them as a bar hog. It's not about just catching and stacking up numbers. And
Right.
there's a lot of people when they first start doing it, all they worry about is catching hogs. And
Right.
and then they'll call them 6 months later or a year later and be like, "Man, I need a dog." I'm like, well, why didn't you train some dogs? Well, I had a good hog dog and I couldn't spend no time with nothing else because I was hunting that one. Or they didn't want to breed that good female that was out there running because she's running. I'm like, well, that's if you're going to do this for any length of time, you got to take those things into consideration. And that's where it started for me. It was like, because I was one of those when I was younger, like we're just trying to stack up all we catch, and man, it got to where it just wasn't even fun anymore.
Right. You got to talk about that breeding. I think you do make a good point of that. There's a lot of good dogs out there they'll never get bred to no females or somebody have a good female and they'll never breed it. Kevin, not to brag on him too much, but I'm going to brag on him a little bit. Kevin's good. He's made some really, really, really good crosses here just in the last, what do you say, Kevin, probably a year or so? I mean, has made some dynamite crosses on some good dogs.
Yes,
and I think he's going to really help the OMCBA per dog, that breed as a whole with
Lord,
the
I hope
crosses he's
so.
making. He's crossing, multiple time world champions on multiple time world champions and some good proven stuff, not just your average Joes out there. You know what I mean? He's breeding some superstars to superstars, and I think that's a really good thing he's doing.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Well, that's what happens is people lose sight of the breed and they worry about, like we were saying a while ago, you worry about that one superstar. Well, what about the whole line of superstars that can come afterwards? Well, if you don't breed them, there's not going to happen. Sorry, it just don't work.
Right.
I'm glad.
Now,
glad y'all doing it.
I kind of, with a male dog, if I had a really, really, really good male dog and I was campaigning in the hunts, we'll just say a squirrel dog, from October to, late March or early April, while we're running them hunts, I wouldn't want to live breed him at all. If we had some semen stored on him, we'll AI him all you want to. But I don't personally believe in hunting one into competition hunts every weekend and trying to breed it. I don't think that works. But now, when he gets 7, 8 years old and you're done hunting him, breed him. If somebody wants to come breed to him, breed. You know what I mean? Breed him.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just my opinion on that.
Oh no,
well, you're 100% right because they do too much scratching. I'm just going to say it because it's a word: pissing, growling, all that. If you get to breeding them too much, if you're trying to compete with them.
But them good females, when they come in heat, breed them good females.
That's
breed
right.
Them good females. Breed them because we ain't got a whole bunch of them. Breed them.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. When your good OMCBA cur dog female comes in heat, call Kevin Cowan and take it to Image Maker or Big Mac or Buffalo River Bend and breed that thing.
Mm-hmm. So
Make
now,
a little stud dog ad right there.
There you go. I was going to say now we know where to go.
Yeah.
Well, what I've done on the breeding thing, Joey, and I'm blessed to be able to, and I hope nobody takes this as arrogance because it's not. But what I've done is I've spent way more money than makes sense to most people to get these dogs. But I'm literally like what Ashton said, and there's nothing wrong with that because I used to do it too. Just take a female that maybe she's not that great, but she's bred good or whatever, and we'd call her, just a brood female or whatever, and not even hunt her that much. But what I'm doing now is I've got several world champion. I've got world champion females. I've got 3 world champion males, and then a couple reserve world champion. But instead of just taking culls and putting in a brood, making a brood. Well, surely this ain't too bad to say on here because it's term, but a brood bitch is what people call them.
That's right.
You call them so instead of giving them away as a pet and taking the papers off of them so they're ain't contaminating the gene pool.
Yes,
people stick them in and breed them. Well, I think that gets you the results you need. So what I'm doing, I'm buying top-notch females. And then I've trained some of them, but you got to keep in mind, I've only been able to hunt now for 18 months because before that I was on oxygen for 3.5 years. So I ain't had a lot of time to get my kennel built up. So I had to buy these females, but I'm taking dogs that's one at a big level, males and females, and breeding them that way. So the goal is, it don't make sense money-wise, but it's something that means something to me. The goal is to genuinely do what Ashton said that he thought I was going to do, and I hope he's right, is I really want to help the sport and help the breed. That's what I want to do. Mm-hmm. And by doing that, I'm helping other people, but I want to make an impact. It means something to Kevin. Whether this will happen or not, I don't know, but I want my grandkids to hear, that I don't even have yet, to hear 30 years or 40 years when I'm gone, that Kevin Cowan had a big impact on the tree dog world. That's what I hope. That's my goal.
Well, I believe
now, whether I'll attain that or not, I don't know, but it's my goal.
Well, that's a great goal to have, Kevin. I mean, and like I said, you're on the right road as far as I can tell. Like you said, 18 months is how long you've been able to hunt here recently?
Well, yes, sir. Maybe 19. Well, I started January 1 of 24. I bought my first dog, but I was still on oxygen then. And if they treat out of the road, we road hunt. And a lot of people, they automatically think you're illegal if you road hunt. But, with squirrel dogs, you can do that.
Yes, sir.
And if they were more than 50 yards out of the road, I couldn't go to them. So really, I've been back in the game for 14, 15 months, something like that.
And how many
I've
hunts
spent
have
way
you
more
won?
money than it makes sense to, because I've literally spent like about $250,000 just on squirrel dogs in the last year and a half.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a lot. It don't matter what kind of dog it is, that's still a lot.
But they're loved, they're taken care of. I mean, my wife loves it. I mean, I met dogs and the mama and the whole litter of pups stayed in our house all night last night.
Yeah,
getting babies.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all.
We're kind of a team, the wife and I, on the raising pups thing, but we really we enjoy it. It's not just an animal. I mean, I want results, but we get attached to these things. We just love it. We just love it, guys.
Ain't no doubt. Well, fellas, we got a storm rolling in. That lightning is popping. It keeps back feeding through our pod track deal here. And,
it might be a good time to wrap it
up. I
up.
was thinking, say,
I don't want you guys to get executed.
Well, it done it one night, and that thing come through these headphones, boy. Let me tell you, this old fat boy right here was trying to move out the way.
I bet.
Well, all it did was crackle real hard, but I swear I got electrocuted twice. I hate electricity. I hate it, man. I hate it. All right,
Me too.
Well, fellas, we appreciate having y'all on here tonight. We got about an hour and a half, so that's good enough for a good episode. Glad y'all joined us. Appreciate what y'all are doing. Thank y'all for getting on our platform and letting us be part of it as well. Yeah. I think the whole deal with the Backwoods Heritage Productions is going to be a success myself. It already sounds like it was doing good. Now y'all can just take it to another level.
That's the plan. Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. We appreciate it a lot, guys. Sorry about that dog barking in the background.
No, that ain't bothering us. Not bothering us at all. So if there's anything else that we can do, or if y'all need us for anything, don't hesitate to call. Y'all holler at us. And Nate will put a link down to the Backwoods Heritage Production thing. So that way the listeners, they can just click on that and go straight to it.
Down in the description.
down there in the
Well,
description.
same here, guys. If we can ever do anything to help y'all, I've been on with you twice now, and I thoroughly enjoyed it both
Yes,
times.
sir. Yes, sir. I'm gonna come go squirrel hunting with you sometime.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
Yes, sir. I'll do it. I guarantee you. So, Ashton,
Sounds good.
good talking to you, brother. Good to meet y'all, or good to meet you. And
Yes, sir.
Mr. Kevin,
Yeah,
thanks for
yeah.
getting back
You
on
too.
with us.
Thank you.
All right.
Y'all have a good one. I'm gonna go see if I can put a coon up a tree or the dogs can.
All right,
Yes,
y'all
sir.
get them
Good
hooked.
luck to y'all.
We'll see y'all.
All right.
All right,
Take
bye-bye.
care, guys. Bye.
Ooh-wee. Yeah, that lightning pop. We're gonna have to really watch that deal. I don't know. It's got where it makes me nervous. I'm scared it's gonna come back through and blow my headphones off, man. That's crazy.
Might shock some sense into you.
So anyway. Oh, so what they've done is they picked up this other production thing that was already going, and now they're gonna try to push it a little more. Y'all make sure y'all get out there and check them out.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all go on there, check everything out. Backwoods Heritage Productions, and then also he said he had a Facebook page set up like that too. So y'all go check that out. And they're doing some raffles or giveaways, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know whatever they are. Spinning the wheels, what Mr. Kevin said. He's spinning the wheel on them Garmin 300s. Y'all better go get you one. So, hey, we appreciate y'all. Y'all keep doing what you're doing. Keep listening. We're going to keep pumping out all the good stuff. And if y'all got any questions, y'all holler at us. If got anybody that you think would be a good guest, let us know or tell them to holler at us. And also, like, if you want me to call like one of your friends and harass them for $10, I can do that. It ain't much, but it's honest. Till next time, y'all. We'll see y'all.
Thank you. Hope you enjoyed that episode. If there's anything or anyone you'd like to hear on the podcast, or if you'd like to come hunt with us, don't hesitate to contact us at dixiedoggers01@gmail.com.